Hey, buddy, it's Invicta. It's time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. Oh, man, we are ready to go into the new weekend. But first off, here's your amazing bead art of the day. Submitted here on the Invicta subreddit by the Fat Italia. Title thread was "She Loves You." And then in the thread they said, "I know it's already been done plenty of times, but come on, it's Little Sissy. Come on down, Little Sissy." Dude, the shading on Isaac and Sissy, they look amazing. I'm constantly impressed with what you can do with pixel art just using beads. And it looks one-to-one. Like, it looks perfect as if you just took it straight out of the game. So thank you very much, the Fat Italia, and everyone who hopped on board to that thread. We'll be having a lot of banger memes of the day and artwork of the day as well. Oh boy, we have Chaos, and then our extra item from yesterday is Eden's Blessing is 9 lives. Echo, Charlie 2, Juliet, Foxtrot 9, Juliet, Foxtrot. So, okay. So we've got Chaos, everybody. Yeah, this is going to be interesting here. We do have Mom's Bracelet as well, which is an item that you don't see me use all that often. And it's okay. Whenever it shows up, I'm happy to take it. It does have a lot of practical uses. It deals a lot of very good impact damage whenever you take a regular rock and throw it onto enemies. You can also, of course, take mushrooms. If they have bad gas, they'll do a poison attack. You can take bomb rocks like this. And essentially, it's an interesting item. Interesting in a good way. Not in like I guess it's interesting. I don't know what's going on with this lag right now. I am on a new video card game, so that's not video card lag. That is hard drive. Yeah, it's getting close to time. Getting close to time where I'm either going to replace... I'm just going to straight up get a new computer or get a... Just format and just start fresh with a new hard drive. It's getting to that point. Oh my god, what was that pathing? Also, what is this face, by the way? I do not like it. I don't know what's going on down in that corner, and honestly, I'm just going to stay far, far away. So Chaos, if you don't know what Chaos does by now, and you've been living under a rock for the last 14 years, but Chaos will take all of the item pools and essentially shuffle them. So there's no longer, well, not shuffle them, it homogenizes them. So there's no longer a, quote, devil deal pool or an item room pool or boss room pool or anything like that. It is just straight up one item pool, and that's it. Now, some people may think that that's a good thing. Some people may say, like, oh, well, yeah, that's great. Maybe you can get some Angel Deal items in the shop, which is true. You can. But you usually don't. And I hope the game is instantly going to prove me wrong. I'm going to stick with Mom's bracelet for now, although getting Prayer Card is not terrible, but neither... man, this is tough. If we could have gotten a full charge in here, I would have used the Prayer Card. But Book of Revelations is too good to not have. So I'm going to take the Book of Revelations over Mom's Bracelet. I do like Mom's Bracelet. I just full stop. I do like it. It's just not... It's not a great item for us right now. And lucky us, we actually are able to get 15 cents, so we can actually get away here with buying the Prayer Card and the second Soul Heart too. Wow, that is a heck of a turnaround of good luck there. Not only do we leave with an extra Soul Heart, we also leave with the Prayer Card's Eternal Heart. So yeah, that worked out amazingly, and now we are in a very dominant position early game here. And I mean, I guess Meconiums. We have nothing else, so sure. Not a bad start. It's an interesting start. I'm going to last week's question of the episode, coming in from the Let's Go Ludovico episode. This one coming in from a Shuro. I hope I say that correctly. You say, question of the episode, would Tears Rate having more profound effect on speed of Ludovico dramatically improve it to the point where you would consider it more? Seeing how abysmally slow it moves despite having a Tears Rate of just 5 is disappointing, and the reason why I absolutely refuse to use it without Brimstone. There are so many things that you can say about Ludovico that are all bad. So anything that you can do to make Ludovico more appealing whether it be through a new shot speed or tears rate or anything like that. I think that the OP I think they misspoke. They were talking about not the tears rate, but the shot speed, because the shot speed is the one that controls the speed of the tier, not your tears rate. The tears rate controls, with Ludovico anyway, it controls how fast and how often your tiers pulse and deal damage. The shot speed is what, oh my gosh. The shot speed is what dictates how fast your tier is going. Can't believe we got a second Guppy item just like that in an item room. But yes, if it started out with a default of just not even of a stat up, I think that Ludovico moves way too slow at the base level, regardless of what your shot speed is. I think it's just too slow. If Ludovico was not just a slog of an item to play, and it actually moved at a much more reasonable pace, something that isn't overpowered, but something is totally useless like it is right now either, I'm all for it. Yeah, I mean, because there are certain synergies with Ludovico that can be absolutely game-breaking and amazing, but they're few and far between, and they're hamstrung by the fact that you don't have any unless outside of Brimstone and Tech X, you really don't have a lot of wiggle room when it comes to getting a more dominant offensive position. You almost have to use Ludovico at certain points because of the slow shot speed defensively, because things are going to be encroaching on Isaac. You've got to protect yourself. You got to knock things away. You just got to remove them from the room, that sort of thing. So whenever you can't do that, you've got to play defensively. You can't be on the offensive. And that's what I don't like about Ludovico, is just that it's just it's a slog to play. It's a dangerous item to play as well. You know, it totally takes your vision. You have to divide your vision between 2 points on the screen, essentially. You have to look at your positioning with Isaac and then also see where Ludovico is. Oh my gosh, we got Jacob's Ladder here too, so Chaos starting off strong, showing us why it can be good. I'm not a fan of Chaos. I think that Chaos for wackiness and stuff, of course, it's the perfect item, other than, I guess, TM Trainer, if you consider it that way. But from a strategical level, I don't think that Chaos makes a lot of sense. All right, let's stop taking damage, too. Just gave up our Soul Heart for no reason at all. Going to be Famine. We knew it was going to be a Horseman because I decided to use the Book of Revelations on this floor. And no, unfortunately, Chaos is not going to give us a non-static drop. Static drops are static drops are static drops. It's lame. I think static drops hurt the game. I don't think that they're interesting, and I think that they're outdated. I've said that for many years now. I think that the concept of static drops in Isaac is silly. And that's including the good items too, like having a lump of coal or anything like that. You can have static drops, that's totally fine, but give us a second option to pick from. You can either have one or the other, which is the reason why in the latest Repentance Plus patch, at least we had some type of extra item, extra benefit from taking a theme item. But yeah, there are a lot of different things that I would love to see Ludovico have. If it just moved twice the speed at the base value, no matter I have no idea what the starting value of Ludovico's movement speed is for the tier speed or shot speed. But it needs to be doubled for me to even consider it. And even then, there's so much baggage that you have to take with Ludovico that it's just, to me, it's just not worth it. I don't know if any amount of shot speed change would help me feel better about that. If it gave you maybe a massive damage upgrade, or it maybe had some unique mechanic where your tier effects will orbit around the tier instead of just being the tier, I think that'd be neat. Like, for example, let's say that you have you've got Ludovico, you got that regular white tier that it starts with, and let's hypothetically say in my version of Ludovico that if I took Jacob's Ladder, instead of there being an electrified tier that floats around everywhere, it would have an orbiting or some type of mechanic to to where it would simply just make it passive, but orbit around the tier. So you and at a very, very fast speed. That way, we're always getting procs, and we're able to use our tier effects to our best advantage. Okay, we got to lock in here because we're taking way too much damage from stupid things, including, but not limited to, shooting barrels for no reason at all. As soon as I walked into that room, and they put barrels right next to us, that's, yeah. That room is specifically designed to hard counter players like me who just constantly fire. You may say, well, there's no reason to be firing whenever there's nothing to shoot, which is true. There is technically no reason, but it's always good to have it's always good to just have a jump on the enemies. And shooting through a door will allow you to hit things before they can spawn, before they can do anything. Most of the time. Now, of course, if you have a charged item, then it's different, like Brimstone or Maw of the Void. You want to have that full charge ready to go, or Revelation, while you're moving into the frame of the next door. Not you don't want to start charging your item after you've entered into the room. Again, we get another horseman here. No surprise because we have the Book of Revelations. Kind of sucks that we got it back to back. I didn't think that we would get back-to-back floors here with this, but apparently we will, so. And we need to stop taking all of this damage. Dude, Pestilence, chill out. Speaking of shot speed, I'm just now looking that our shot speed is actually trash. 0.75 is abysmal. And there's no good reason for us to have such bad shot speed other than just RNG. Devil deals and angel deals don't matter because we've got chaos. So, but one thing that does matter though is us getting stats, and we started off getting some good stats. It's great that we immediately got a Tears upgrade, because Lord knows we needed it with Pisces. And Pisces also breaks the Tears cap, which is fine. But now we need damage. We need damage, and especially need movement speed, as you've been seeing in these last couple of floors. Maybe we can get a third Horseman in a row. And this really just shows you how incredibly punishing it is to use certain items in Isaac. Even when you use an item that's beneficial to Isaac, like giving yourself HP, for example, Isaac just can't leave it at that. It's got to penalize you somehow. And the penalty for using the Book of Revelations is giving you a horseman every other floor. I guess this run is just going to be filled with things that are done to annoy me, to go into a room. So I guess we're just going to get a bunch of spikes every single room that we walk into to prevent autopilot. And I'm not even on autopilot right now. The game's just being ridiculous with these rooms. We got the Reverse Empress card, which I will totally use for a devil deal if we ever get one. We are only one Guppy item away from Guppy. Whether or not we get it or not has yet to remains to be seen. We could get it. We could even get it from Bumbo. We could get it from a random chest. We could get it from not Small Rock, but from a Tinted Rock. Or we'll get Lazarus's Rags, and yep. So shops become way more important when you have chaos. And second-handedly, so does money. I'm going to take Child's Heart just because Meconium just doesn't do anything. If Meconium gave a better chance to pay out with black hearts from poop piles, Okay, brain. All right. No more of that. I'm at peak annoyance with myself right now. That's trash. Getting hit by the same spike room on the same floor within 2 minutes of each other is unacceptable. That is trash level. You deserve. I deserve to lose this run. You deserve to not win this run. That is trash level play. This is me talking to my brain. So let's stop monologuing. Let's just start playing the game. Let's act like we played this game before. How about that? Because this is embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself right now. I'm gonna grab some red hearts here. IV bag doesn't do anything for us here. We need to have, as you can plainly see, we need to keep some kind of HP protection here. I'm going to use the strength card because we're not going to take that over the Empress card. And then we're going to continue on with the Book of Revelations. We made one too many dumb mistakes. Now we can't have fun right now. All right, the game left us with this ridiculously low shot speed. We've got a good tier effect, but it's not. Jacob's Ladder is great, but unless if you have the accompanying tears rate or damage upgrades, it can't carry you through an entire run. So losing random HP to stupid stuff is beyond embarrassing. Those are newbie mistakes. So now we gotta hunker down. Because we're on Depths 1 and we have yet to have a stat upgrade other than Pisces. And this is the danger of Chaos. Because it screws up your pools, essentially it makes it almost surprising when you get a boss item to drop from a boss. Now this is doubly problematic because we have the Book of Revelations. So we are effectively we are neutering ourselves here twice. One with Chaos, which we have no control over because we started with it, and then the other one is the Book of Revelations. I cannot use the Book of Revelations on this floor until after we're done with the boss. Luckily, we just found the boss. But I cannot use it until we get off of this floor. Or until we're done with the boss, I mean. Because I do not want to have another horseman. We can't afford to have another horseman. So now that we've gotten rid of the curse of the horseman, essentially, we can now use the Book of Revelations and immediately lose the Soul Heart. Trying to get a little cheeky orbital damage there. Again, Loki tried to throw the bomb right on top of our orbital. And we get Nightlight. I mean, I guess Soul Lock it because it's some kind of stats for a Soul Heart, but no, it doesn't trigger off of Book of Revelations, unfortunately. Well, speaking of Small Rock, we need to take any stats that we can get right now. It's going to kill our movement speed. Small Rock was actually a shot speed up. Actually, no, I take that back. That was Soul Locket. Soul Locket is a passive item that will give you random stats. It's the Soul Heart version of Candy Heart. Let's put it that way. Anytime we pick up a Soul Heart off the ground, it's going to give us a random stat up. And it can prove to be significant if you have a way of creating Soul Hearts on the ground. Like a blank card Hierophant run at this point would be perfect. But we don't have that. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to go to Boss Rush because we're still looking for our item room. We can't skip. We can't afford to skip an item room either. And I'm fully expecting the Curse of the Twos to show up as well with the two Guppy items that we started with, and then subsequently probably won't see the conclusion of. I'm holding out hope. Prove me wrong, game. Subvert my expectations. They are ready to be subverted. Keeping the Book of Revelations was a very, very good idea because we're not at pill taking levels yet, but we might as well be. Get another active item here, and it's going to give us 5 bombs. We have 17 bombs. I might as well blow up these blue fires. And I don't really want to go in the curse room. It's a skinny curse room. And again, not forgetting that we have chaos. It probably won't result us in getting a Guppy item. And I'd rather have the Soul Heart. So we're not in a great spot here. Small Rock definitely helped us out a little bit with damage. It's not the end all be all. We need to have something because this is we're in the long term now. Because it's very clear that Chaos is. It looked like it was going to start playing friendly, but now not so much. We can freely use the Book of Revelations on this floor because we don't have to worry about a Horseman taking the place of Mom, although that would be a very neat mechanic. That's 2 Soul Hearts in here. If we can get flying, that'd be huge. Not even going to bother with this room. All right. So that is all the ways that we've gone so far, everybody. Now let's go on to the right way. How does he do it? Trying to use Jacob's Ladder here as much as I can to deal some kind of damage. Big dime pick up there. Wow, 16 cents. And it looks like we're going back down. All right. Map is on the move again. This is our Fool card. I'm still going to hold on to this Empress card. I'm foolishly believing that we will get a Devil Deal worth taking for two Red Heart containers that I can use for the first Empress card. We get a damage upgrade here, thankfully, from Mom's Ring. Ehwaz is going to give us a crawl space on the ground. We just need to find a piece of art that it can spawn something out of, like that candle, for example. Okay, see if we can get ourselves maybe a good shop. Maybe we can get a purchasable item since the first floor. Maybe it'll give us a reroll machine in there. We'll have a ton of money. All sorts of crazy stuff. But it's gonna have to be real crazy in order for me to do any sort of extracurricular run here on this run. And and that would not constitute crazy. Multi-dimensional baby is not what we're looking for. I don't want to say it's not good, because multi-dimensional baby is actually one of the more useful babies out there. Just not what we're looking for here. It doesn't affect our stats in any way, and I don't need it. I'm gonna buy luck key, or latch key, because it does spawn 2 keys here and gives us a soul heart. Unfortunately, again, we don't get the stats off of the soul heart, but it still gives us a luck upgrade. We have nothing else that we're using our money for, so we'll take it. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to get to boss rush because of, I mean, chaos brings the value of rooms like the boss rush room up tremendously, just because of the potential. The speculative value goes way up with chaos. Now, whether or not it pays off or not is, you know, it remains to be seen, but I guess we'll be able to tell whenever we do eventually get our next devil deal, which at this point I don't know about. I don't know how we always get hit by that angle there. Anytime I go up like this, somehow the foot always manages to hit us. It's like my eyes cannot judge or gauge how far we are away from her heel at that angle. Also, let's not forget to point out that our movement speed currently is very bad. And I will take Incubus. The first good item we've had in a while here. That was indeed Mr. Bikini Body yet again on the thumbnail. One of our recurring guests here. On last week's episode, anyway. Not this week. We don't have Ludovico, thankfully. Although I would think in an ironic twist, it would actually be. Well, no, never mind. It wouldn't be better with Ludovico because our shot speed is so bad. So kind of faltering here on this run, July. But overall, I think July still has made a wonderful amount of progress. We didn't have to use the Book of Revelations there because it would have been an okay strategy just to simply avoid the horsemen. But I don't trust this run enough to be on low life. Super Secret Room might be there. Okay. Go check if this is the right way. It's not. The library will at least give us 4 random pedestals in there because of chaos. So this, or maybe not 4, but it's going to give us random pedestals. I don't know how many pedestals are in here. It's 5 actually, and there's a whole bunch of HP in here. Stigmata is going to be great. It's an HP upgrade as well as just straight up damage. So that was a really one heck of a good. I was hoping to use the Demon Judgment to get out of the room. One heck of a good library, but we press on now that we've gone to the entire east and north side of the map. Now let's go over and check out the west side. I'm going to get down to Polaroid Invincibility here. Or not. We get a much needed movement speed upgrade from Blood Bag, and I'll take that. Oh, shizzle. Okay, Curse the Maze. Mr. Minds always scare me with Pisces. Those clown physics are they're a character. We need a trading card, an Isaac trading card game or expansion that is filled with Sinvictisms. You know, like a 4 Souls Sinvicta expansion. And all the cards are the dumb things that I come up with. The full clear, or the grandpa, or Uncle Holy Water. Okay, good. We had 2 options to go. We chose the wrong one. It's not that I can't beat double champion Orange Duke, it's just that it's much faster just to bomb my way out of the room. They're not going to drop anything that we need. They don't contribute anything to this run, so... Thankfully, we do have a full HP. Book of Revelations, even though it's been punishing because we've lost 3 items to static drops. Still, at the end of the day, it's still worth using the Book of Revelations just because of the principle of just having a ton of HP. We continue just to check every door just to make sure that there's a dead end there. That is my exclusive service to you all. I'm gonna walk out and walk in here for Curse Room just because I want to have some use out of the only thing that can give us stats right now, which is Soul Locket. It gives the movement speed and shot speed. Look at that. Big time play. Let's go. I see you working over there. Soul Locket. You all right. Very happy that we have Incubus here. I get a very weird devil deal percentage here, 81.2%. Now, if this were some Uma Musume Darkest Dungeon levels of RNG, I'd say that we have a decent amount of chance to make this. However, this is not Uma Musume. This is not Darkest Dungeon. This is not XCOM. This is Invicta Luck and Isaac that we're talking about. We all know what's about to happen. We all know it. Just prepare yourselves for it, and just remember that I said that I told you so. We're gonna end up holding on to this Empress card until it's dust. We did get our Devil Deal, and we get the Halo, which is going to give us a much, much, much needed all stats up. Except for shot speed. We did not get a shot speed upgrade, unfortunately. But at least our movement speed isn't trash anymore. 1.65 is right in my wheelhouse. I love having... Anything 1.55, between 1.55 and 1.75 is perfect. Anything past that is too much. Anything below that is too little. Oh, wow. We went straight to Isaac on Curse. Curse of the Lost? That is... I was prepared to be on this floor for about a solid 10 minutes. Hey, I'll take it. Oof. I don't know how we didn't get hit there. That was... Shots were right on Isaac's nose. Definitely playing sloppy today, and I apologize about this performance. It's I'm off my game today. All right, let's see here. Yep. And oh, okay. Finally. Godhead waited till the last second. By the way, we didn't get Guppy. I want to point that out. Godhead or Chaos waited till the last second before it gave us a premier item. Trying to save face, trying to show, see, this is what I can do. See, it all worked out at the end. No. You don't. That's that'll turn into one of those commenters on YouTube that's just like, oh my god, how could you complain about this run? Look how it ended. It's like, no. You're not going to disparage me because we ended very strongly, but then just that doesn't give you the right to ignore 95% of the run where we were struggling until we got bailed out or until we skilled our way to victory. So you don't get absolved here, Chaos. All right, just because you gave us Godhead at the very end does not mean that it's justified for how much we've lost. Reverse moon card. Get Death's freaking touch. Now, piercing in Godhead is excellent. This would have been a great run. This would have been a great run 20 minutes ago. And now, okay, well, there's the entire map, everybody, in case you need to see. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go in here. Screw it. We're gonna see Mega Stain. I'm not gonna fight Delirium, but you know what? We've gone around the world in the chest and not found where Blue Baby was, except for one direction. So, and then we haven't even seen Mega Stain in a long time. So this is not a Mega Stain killing build, by the way. So get ready for a pretty long fight. But Piercing Shot plus Jacob's Ladder plus Death's Touch and Godhead is, I mean, Piercing Shots comes from Death's Touch. You know what I mean, though. Piercing Shots plus Godhead is already good. And you add on the great tier effect of Jacob's Ladder, and you got yourself a winning combo. It's just unfortunate that Godhead waited until I keep saying Godhead. It's unfortunate that Chaos waited until the end of this run before it finally started producing what we would theoretically love about Chaos, but never do. And this is precisely why I don't usually take Chaos. In fact, I never take Chaos. Unpredictability in Isaac is not your friend. It will always end up working against you. The appeal or the concept of Chaos sounds very appealing, but in practice, you end up limiting a lot of those usual sources of stat upgrades that you would normally get from bosses, and you chuck all of that up to RNG at this point. And that's the problem that I have with Chaos. Is that it takes my expected upgrades and then it says we might give you an upgrade. Yeah, we may occasionally find an upgrade inside like the shop, or we get a Devil Dew item in our item room for free. That's always great. But most of the time, Chaos is not worth it, in my opinion. Again, just my opinion. Now, if you're just looking for wackiness and stuff, hey, by all means, knock yourself out. You know how we do it here. You know that we love to play to win. I think that your odds of winning are better without Chaos than with Chaos. So either way, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that run. Sorry about the sloppiness. I'll try to do better next time. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Chaos. I'd love to see if anyone's opinions have changed on the item over the years. I used to like Chaos, now I really don't, as evidenced by this run here. Unfortunately, we didn't get Guppy, but we did get to see a little bit of greatness at the very end, which is all the better reason to give me your opinion down below. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Lywinus Z, Kylie Smith, and Nicholas Fernald. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.